Hey, good morning, everyone. We are going live. Hey, we should be live on YouTube. Good
Yay.
morning, everyone. This is Corrine Carpino, and with me I have Lori Trumpet Williams and Terry Jones. Hi, girls. And today we're going to work on our theme for February, which is really all about connection. And today we're going to do some work with layering paint and paper and start some collages. So the purpose of this is to create balance and depth um, in our work with the paint and paper. So it'll be interesting. We might take a different approach. I'm going to work in my art journal. Lori, what are you going to do?
Well, I'm starting a new journal. I have had this little book later. It's a children's book, the ones with the thick pages and stuff.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
have one of those, and I just started gessoing the first page. So I'm going to start with that.
Okay, cool. And Terry?
And I'm in my journal. It's a watercolor journal. So I gessoed my next page going, and I just kind of have a sketch on the other side of thinking of what I'm doing.
Okay. And I'm working in my journal and I've broken my page up into 4 squares and I'm going to start with putting down some papers and then paint and then some more papers and we'll see where my little collages go.
Okay.
So, okay, so let's get the cameras on what we're doing.
Okay. That's a good idea. Get my cameras on what I'm doing. Okay, here I am.
All right, so this is a page that's already done that I played with the other day, and I'm going to start on this page. I have some of my papers down on 2 squares, and I'm going to start working on these bottom ones. And I know that I'm inspired by some blue paper that I have, and so we'll see where it goes. All right.
Okay, and I'm inspired by I want spring so badly, so I'm going to try to lay down a background and then maybe work on some collages. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually use some paint and some stencil for a background.
Ah,
So it's something different that I thought I'd
yeah,
try. Why not?
I am feeling the spring vibe too. So
I see that.
I know. We have the
I grabbed some
unseasonably
tissue.
warm weather here.
And then this is what one of those children's book. I went to the thrift store and
Uh-huh.
get it for like $1.
That's a great
Uh-huh.
idea, though. Is that like a those thick pages?
Yeah, so they're like cardboard,
Yeah,
but they're great for this kind of work.
cool.
Yeah, it's fun. It's really fun.
I was making sure I poured my matte medium in instead of my instead of my gesso.
That could be a little difficult if you're using your gesso.
Although
I
I
know I have little containers
work.
and some have gesso in them, some have medium, and so I always have to be careful I grab the right ones. They look the
Ah.
same.
So the focus is layering.
Layering.
I'm good at that.
That's really pretty. Is that a napkin, Laurie?
It is, isn't it?
It
Pretty.
is a really pretty
I'm gonna
napkin.
go to this garden wherever it is.
Right. Well, and I'm just start to layer in just a little bit of a background here using a really a stamp burr. This is one of those
Oh
uh,
yeah.
stampers, and I'm trying to do it light so it dries quick.
Mm-hmm.
All I want to do is think of light behind I'm doing these flowers, I think. I don't know
Those are
whether they're
pretty.
tulips or poppies. They look like tulips, kind of. And so I've got some yellow and some light blue here that I'm
Mm-hmm.
putting together, and I'm just kind of working on getting a little bit of texture in the background. because I don't want it to be totally flat. And then I'm going to put some more texture in here. I find that if I do a textured background, it seems to work a bit better in the long run. So let me just kind of play around a little bit with that. And then I'm going to use some, I'm going to dry it, which only takes a second.
I am going to leave my desk for a minute and go dry this. And I'm actually gonna put this on mute so you don't hear my dryer.
Boy, I did it really light. Dry some of it. There I go. So I have a little woodsy textured background. And now I'm going to think of possibly adding some paper to it. And I want a kind of a see-through paper. So let's see what I got here.
Oh, that's pretty.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
It's got some real pretty, but with this one, I think I'm going to do a little more in the, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I also really liked this for a background because it's more subtle. I think I'm going to go for the subtle on this side. So let me start with putting that down.
So I just added a little bit of quinacridone magenta,
Mhm.
golden,
Oh, isn't that pretty?
a turquoise blue from Liquitex down, and I'm gonna lift a little bit of it off. This is kind of thick. And
No.
I like these two colors together, and when you combine them, they are like a purple, like these flowers.
Mm-hmm. I like that a lot. I am adding just a little bit more texture in, it's almost a similar color, but it's adding more depth on this side. You can see the difference in the depth. What I wanted to show really was the difference in the depth. This is a transparent, semi-transparent piece on, looks like a piece of tissue paper, probably wet strength tissue paper.
Mm-hmm.
So as I put it down, you can see how much more depth there is on this side than there is on that side, this side. Now I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that side, but hey, more will be revealed, right?
Right.
And I may just, one of the problems with wet strength tissue paper is, like regular tissue paper, it doesn't rip nicely.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want this hard edge here. So I'm doing this pull and scissors thing at the same time to see if I can get this to have a not hard edge, which is always a challenge. But I think it's working kind of. I may have to switch my medium a little bit. I had the super matte or the thick stuff, have the matte medium, because I thought I was putting heavier pieces down, but it doesn't work as well for the tissue paper.
Jeanette's with us. She said she has joined this morning. So,
Hi, Jeanette.
and I think she means she's officially joined our.
Oh, good. Cool. We'll see her on the main show too. Okay, well, I'm liking that for here. I still need some more something over here. And I'm thinking now I might want to put something more, another thing of more interest over here. So here's another piece of background paper. And I'm going to put this down. So a lot of times I start this instead of doing the stenciling, I start with like Stabilos, but we have limited time, so I thought
Right.
I'd do it the quickest way that I could possibly do it, which is this way. So now I'm putting this little piece of, I'm not sure what it is. This looks like one of the ones Corinne and I did when we did the mixed media class live. We did this marbling. We threw marbles in
yeah.
a box and we did the tissue paper with the marble in the box. And I just love how it turns out. So I've got some real interesting things happening here. And then I'm going to have to do something on this very edge, and I'm not sure what it's going to be. It may end up just being an edge for right now, because I can always use paint like Lori did.
Mhm.
Lori, I liked how you were using your paint to just kind of finish out an edge. So I may actually do it just a little bit of that right here, but do it kind of a little funky. So I have some of it kind of giving me a different feeling, like not all the same texture. So I'm thinking that that is what I have done there. And I don't know what's going on here, but it's coming along. So if I have an idea of, for some reason, I have an idea that I want a white, a white vase with dots on it. Don't ask me why.
If that's what you're feeling, you should go with that.
That is what I'm feeling, and I'm not quite sure. I love these. I love this dotty thing, but I'm wondering if I should just maybe stamp it myself in white and it with dots. And we will see. So let's just use a stamp, and let me
Mhm.
see. I've got some nice Mars black that I don't want totally black, but I want it kind of black.
Oh, you ladies, I'm having so much fun, but I'm gonna have to leave in a minute.
I'm so sorry you have to leave, but we really are
Yes.
grateful you could join us for a little while.
Yeah, I'll share this with the blog post on the website.
Okay, well, I'm having fun too. It's,
And I saw you ladies, from last week post your, things. I haven't gotten to mine yet, but, um, I'm almost done with it and I will share it too. And add it to the blog post.
okay, so this is a stamp that I made, and I don't know if it's going to work here because I usually use it on a gel plate, which gives me a little more ability to press the very center. It's made with washers, and all of the washers aren't necessarily, well, that's kind of cool though. I think I'll go with it. And I may end up tearing another piece and going in here as adding some more dots and some more texture. And I want to blacken. Currently, I'm having a black and white vase. We'll see what happens in the end. But I'm going a black and white vase. I really love what you're doing, Corrine.
Oh, thanks. I'm just layering paint and paper. I'm gonna start painting in just a second. Get some more paint. I had some gesso on there, but I want to get some more paint.
Yeah,
This fun stuff.
I know. It always is the fun stuff to just kind of start creating the whatever it is, whatever is coming out of the
Right.
process.
If we can get some of that gel up.
You may end up with more. I like that there. Sometimes I get too carried away trying to get it perfect and I just need to lay it down. I don't know if anybody else ever has that problem, but that's one of mine. And the other thing is I have to make sure now I have a perfectly clean brush because I've been using a little bit of black on this. So
Mhm.
wash out my brush and use a paper towel. Okay, so now one of the things I do, oops. Oh, that was interesting. So what I've learned is that I really should have dried the black that I put on, because the black that I put on has I didn't dry it enough before I
Yeah.
put my clear paper over it. But that's okay, because when you make a mistake, it's an opportunity to change your mind.
Right.
So now I have made a shadow out of it. And I'm going to do another option to make sure it goes all the way down, which is to use a piece of paper, saran wrap with some kind of paper. There we go. Use a piece of cellophane and put it on top of it, and then use a roller.
Mhm.
So theoretically, this will not move my. So if you ever get stuck in that problem again, and you don't want it moved anymore, move as much as you want it to move, and then use a roller and then roll it, and you won't move any more of the stuff. Of course, you could just pull up the entire piece of paper, which happened to me, which is
That's
not.
good to know.
Yeah, no, it worked. It
Okay.
worked. Oh, but not up here. Should be a little drier. But that is a way of getting it so it won't be a problem. Don't ask me how I discovered that. But now I have to
Trial and error.
right, trial and error. So now I am going to roll, or I am going to pull the rest of this down after I clean my brush. Then I'm going to have to do the drying it.
Yes. I'm gonna have to go dry this. I'm really trying to do it without drying it, but it's not working.
I know, I thought I was going to be able to do it without drying too, and it didn't really work.
I'll be right.
What you get is you get this did not work, but let me dry it. Oh, okay. So now I'm liking a lot of what I've got going here, but I have to figure out whether I don't want to disappear from, totally disappear from the page as well. Oh, the green's back. So I'm going to go dry mine.
Okay. So I'm gonna start adding a little gesso and paint, and I've built up my background layers. Did some gesso and added another layer of papers, but now I need some spots in here that are a resting place, someplace I can put, what do I want to keep? What do I want to push into the background? I have a paper towel and I'm just kind of smushing this gesso in. I want to be able to see some of the background. Like I like the music, I like some of the words. Definitely need to have my dark show. I might change my mind and put some white up in this corner. I'm just trying to bring it down through. And we'll bring some down through here. And I think we'll bring some down up in here. Maybe down into here. Kind of connect these papers. Still want to see some of them. Okay. And I do want to just get a little bit of water and just wipe some of this gesso off of these blue pieces. I want them to show a little bit more. I'm just going to push that gesso back. I'm going to start to add some paint. I'm going to keep this kind of light colors. I need light too. And we're just going to start to add some color to this. Probably mostly finger painting, which is
I
fun.
love finger
My
painting.
gesso's still wet too, so. We'll put a line here. Some blue in here. Maybe in here.
Mhm.
I really want to add pink because I've got a kind of peach going, I think. So maybe some more peach. Carrie, what are you busy doing?
I'm thinking, that's
Okay.
always,
Uh-oh.
trying to figure out whether I want to put more layers of color on or more layers of texture on. And I am thinking that I may be going for some texture or some words or something. I need more interest down here. I like the interest in here, but I'm needing more something down here before I even start laying any kind of, of, but I'm not sure. Then there's other parts of me that wants to lay in some big flowers just to see what they would look like, but sometimes I think I love doing that. I adore doing it, but sometimes I think I do it better quietly.
Yes. I get it.
That it really is a,
Kind of a meditative process.
it's a very meditative
Kind of
process.
adding and subtracting. So
It
you can
is.
see, I'm holding this up to my camera. You can see that I've got layers going.
Yeah,
This is a long way from being done, obviously, but you can see some of the layers showing through the back. I've got 2 layers of paint and paper on here. And we'll continue to work on that. And Terry, I really like how you added your layers in the background with paint and stencil. That's one of my favorite ways to do things too.
yeah, and I think that I'm going to continue to work on this too, but right now the reason why I was thinking of stencil back here was simply because I am a little too it's still a little too wet, but I'm unsure of what I want to use for my stencil. I want something that will give me a very backgroundy look. And I'm sitting here thinking, I thought I wanted this, but I don't really think so.
Mm.
But hum, hum, hum,
Yeah.
hum. I'm gonna grab one more stencil. I know I have over here. Yeah. And I think actually maybe I will, instead of do a stencil, I will do a stamp of some sort, because that's also another option of what I can do. And I've got a lot of round going here, but I think I want to have more of another process going. And I don't want it to be too bright, but let me see what happens if I play with this color and just see. I think I want some of the almost an olivey. And I don't want a lot of it. I just want a little bit of it. So I'm going to try this and see what happens if I just put a little bit of texture in here for right now. It's not
Okay.
doing as well as I like. So I'm going to try it a little more.
All right.
So I think that at this point, we're going to have to probably, we've been on for,
Yeah, we are out of time for today.
we are out of time for today, but
So we can continue to work on these. I think we've given a good example of how to layer with paint and paper to create depth in our paintings. And
ooh,
so hopefully those of you who are watching, you'll try to create some depth in a collage with paint and paper. And Terry and I and Lori will post our finished collages in the Facebook group and Explore Mixed Media. So you join us there to be able to see the finished product.
yep, thank you very much. And I love what you're doing. And I really think that this is going to work out. It's just going to take a little time.
It is. You're off to a great start. I love where you are at right now.
Yeah, same here.
So,
So,
okay. Thanks so
okay,
much,
thanks,
Terry. We
guys.
will see you in the Facebook group.
Okay, bye.